Welcome back to the Enrichment Sports Source. This segment of our show brought to you by Stern AG. Stern AG was founded more than a century ago, 1901 to be exact. They remain one of the few privately owned brokerage firms in the nation. They have survived waves of consolidation by other companies. They've done so by serving their clients in ways that other firms refuse to or can't. Call Stern AG to discuss your own financial planning, your own financial future. They do a tremendous job. I'm sure they can help you. Stern AG. All right, back with Jimmy, Bob, Chuck, and Mike. Gonna spend some time here very quickly looking around the SEC. I picked the big 8 games for week 1. And we'll start with Jimmy over here. I just want your prediction for this game. You can give us about, I don't know, give me a winner and why. Just a real quick sentence why. You get Thursday night's game, North Carolina at South Carolina, Jimmy. Who wins and why?
I like South Carolina. The ball coach, although sometimes in their openers they haven't played all that well, I think he feels pretty good about his running back. He's got a quarterback that can beat you with his feet if other things break down. I think their defense is going to be outstanding. I like South Carolina over North Carolina.
Okay, Bob Hodge, Thursday night, Ole Miss at Vanderbilt. Who wins and why?
I'm going to like Ole Miss in that game. I think that what Hugh Freeze has gone down there and done, you're going to see some of the good recruiting class he had this past year. And I think Vandy's little run is over.
Do you?
Well,
is that just because you're a Tennessee fan, or is that you really think it's over?
Both.
Okay.
You think they're distracted?
Chuck Cavaleris.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if it could be a distraction with all of with Chris Boyd now off.
Yes.
Okay. Chuck Cavaleris, Mississippi State versus Oklahoma State in Houston. Oklahoma State had a player come out this week and kind of jaw about the SECs. Their defensive linemen aren't ready for the Big 12. They're not as well conditioned. But if you say that about another team, I would say, well, you're going to get your bell rung. But Mississippi State versus Oklahoma State, who wins and why?
It could be a little bit of a slugfest, but I mean, Oklahoma State, I think, is just going to be too good. Mississippi State last year was the most overrated SEC program after midseason, and I'm still not sold on them, and they could be in trouble with their head coach already.
Okay, that game is at Reliant Stadium in Houston. All right, next Saturday, Mike Strange, Western Kentucky versus Kentucky in Nashville, Tennessee, which makes perfect sense. Who wins and why?
Boy, I would pick Kentucky, but then when I saw Nashville, I'm going to pick Western Kentucky. They beat them last year. In Lexington, I assume. And
Somewhere.
Yes, it was in Lexington.
And you've got new coaches at both schools. I don't know if Western's going to be totally as good as they were last year, but I think Bobby Petrino will probably make up for what they lost. They've got a really good running back. Don't know much about Kentucky yet. I think Kentucky's on the upset alert.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, Jimmy, back to you. Georgia, we're going to start being a little bit quicker on these.
Yeah.
Georgia at Clemson.
I'm going to go Clemson. Georgia typically, in recent history, has not come out of the gate very fast. We actually saw them start 0-2 and win their last 10, but and their secondary has been depleted. They've lost 9 starters on defense. I think Clemson has a very good offense. I'm going to take Clemson.
All right, Bob Hodge, TCU versus LSU at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas.
I think it'll be a lot closer than people expect. LSU lost a lot of talent last year. I think LSU wins, but it will be a game.
Okay. Very
Actually,
good.
it's AT&T Stadium now.
Oh, okay. Cowboys fans.
They only
Okay.
spent like $60 million to do that.
Chuck, you get any of that?
No.
Okay. I'm going to give you the easiest game on the list, probably. Alabama versus Virginia Tech in Atlanta.
Well, speaking of being on upset alert and being ready to pick a game, not this one, Alabama.
Okay. And Mike, you get the last one. Mike Leach and Washington State go to face Gus Malzahn and Auburn in what could be a track meet. Who wins, Washington State or Auburn?
Auburn wins. Washington State's picked to finish last in the Pacific 12 North, so that's enough for me. They're going across the time zones to Auburn.
Fair enough. All right. When we come back, what are our official predictions for Tennessee's record? We're going to assume that everyone here would pick Austin Peay, so we're just going to get that out of the way. What are our official record predictions that we're going to have to live by? I'm actually going to carve them and we're going to brand them into our chests. All right. Come on back on the Enrichment Sports Source. We'll talk about it.